Welcome to the Aquatech Technology Center. My name is Rob. I'm one of the technical support folks here at Aquatech, and we're going to spend a few minutes going over pumps for pools. And we're going to look at the efficiencies and some of the cost savings that can be found with some particular models. So let's dive right into what a traditional pool pump would be in Winnipeg. So I'm going to start up a 1 horsepower pool pump, and a 1 horsepower pool pump would represent 98% of all of the pools on the market. A 1 horsepower pool pump is an on-demand pump, which means when you start it, it only knows what to do one thing. And we have a flow meter on this pump, and so when there's no restriction, this pump moves about 115 to 120 gallons a minute, as you can see on this flow meter. Now, in terms of efficiency, what it costs to run, we pay our utility based on watts, how much it consumes. We have this 1 horsepower pump hooked up to a watt meter, and I'm hoping you're going to be able to see that it draws 1,540 watts. What that represents in terms of consumption, it would be like if 15 100-watt light bulbs were on at the same time. So that's a lot of energy to consume. Furthermore, that much water going through your pool is too much. It's way more than your pool needs. So although it does the job, it's overkill. And somebody said to me once, it's kind of like driving a dragster to 7-Eleven to pick up milk. It gets the job done, but it's way too much for it. So what are some strategies? I'll shut this pump off. So what are some strategies about how you could change that to improve upon things in your pool? One strategy could be is downsizing the particular pool pump. So if I take a 1/2 horse pool pump, and we'll demonstrate that, I'm going to turn on a pump. And so the pump down here at the bottom is a 1/2 horsepower pool pump. And you'll see that we have a flow meter on it as well. And it's drawing about 65 gallons per minute. So that would be about half of what we were drawing with the 1 horsepower pool pump. Now, that's better for flow, for filtration, and in terms of power, when I hook my watt meter up to it, it'll kick in. It draws about 1,200 watts of power. So immediately what you'll see is that flow and watts don't drop in the same proportion. So we saw that we cut our flow in half, but our wattage is only dropped by approximately 300 watts. So instead of 15 light bulbs being running, 12 light bulbs are being running. So it is a saving of magnitude, but there still is some efficiencies that we can find further to that. So I'm going to turn off that 1/2 horsepower pool pump, and I'm going to start up a Power Smart pump, which is the Pentair IntelliFlow. Now, one thing that's different about the Pentair IntelliFlow pump as compared to an on-demand pump is that you're able to dial in to exactly the amount of flow that you want. So if you remember me saying 1 horsepower was far too much, 1/2 horsepower gets closer, but it's still not at the sweet spot. So I'm going to turn on the variable speed pump, and what I've done is I've installed this pump on my pool at home, and I figured out, my pool is an average size pool, so about 57 gallons per minute is what's required with that particular, my particular pool, and an average pool. So you can see if you look at the flow meter, I have it dialed into about 56, 57 gallons per minute. But because the technology is different in the electric motor, in the previous 2 pumps, it's the type of technology that's used in the electric motor is called an induction motor. The induction motor has been around for 100 years, and it hasn't really changed. This particular motor is called a permanent magnet. It's the same type of technology that is used in electric cars, so something like the Chevy Volt or the Toyota Prius. That's why they're so efficient. I want to bring you to the wattage, and so when you see that the wattage that is being consumed by that is 164. So when we look at the three styles of pumps, we've gone from 15 light bulbs to 12 light bulbs to 1.6. So it's really quite dramatic, the difference of what you can save. So there's three components to close here. Number one is that with an IntelliPro pump, you can reduce your energy consumption by up to 90%. And my pump at home, that means about a saving of $500 per year by shutting off 13 light bulbs that run 24/7. The next thing is, because it's a permanent magnet motor, your life expectancy is 3 times as long. So in the time that you would own this, you could potentially own 3 other appliances, so a 10 to 15 year life expectancy. And I'm not sure if you can pick it up, but the difference in sound. So right now, maybe if the microphone can pick that up, I'll just turn on the 1 horsepower pool pump again so you see the difference. And this pool pump is running right now, so it's really quite dramatic what you can find, the savings. So if you want to turn out some of the lights and realize some of the savings, feel free to give the folks at Aquatech a call, and they can talk to you about what the hard cost of the unit is. Thanks for watching this short video.